I want to start off by giving you guys a direction on what to prepare, what to study for your upcoming exam. Okay, so if you turn to your seminar notes first page, if you look at that, you will see this thing, but over here, I've jotted down a few things, a few extra notes for you. So let's say if you do not know what is going to come out in exam, this is usually what will be asked for the first term exam. Okay, so usually for your first term exam for the past few years, they will cover Unit 6 and Unit 7. Okay, so Unit 6 and Unit 7 are popular unit for first term exam. So Unit 6, it's gonna be about money. So it can come out as factual essay or experience essay. So you see here, I've listed down some topics for you to get ready of. For example, if essay is about factual essay, they will ask you ways to save money. Can you see or not? Ways to save money. They will talk about the good and bad of part-time job, the good and bad of e-wallets. If you are from my class, we actually have already covered all these topics in the past. So where to look out for the notes, refer to your past notes, okay? Okay, next one. They can also come out as experience essay. Experience essay means something that you have experienced. For example, they want you to write about an online item you bought. Maybe you bought a phone, a earphone, I don't know. So this is what may come out for your from your chapter 6, unit 6. Okay, so I have gotten some news from my students that usually for your 80 words essay, for your short writing, they will come out for money. So maybe they will talk about buying present, they will ask you how to save money. Those kind of essay can come out. So get yourself ready. When I say get yourself ready means you want to prepare for points, you want to prepare for vocabulary. Okay? Okay, next one, Unit 7, my favorite. Unit 7, it's about holiday, going on a field trip. It's about journey. So need to know what are the differences in between these three words. When we talk about holiday, holiday means general holiday. You can go on a holiday with your family, go on a holiday with your friends, or even go on camping trip. But if your essay question is about field trip is related to education from school. For example, lawatan sambil belajar. So what is lawatan sambil belajar? Maybe your school organize a 1-day trip, 2-day trip to a place where you get to learn something. So popular places are, for example, you visit the museum, you visit the farm, you visit the science center. That is under field trip. The third one, journey. Journey is the hardest to write. If your school essay comes out journey, be very careful. When we talk about journey, we are talking about the process. What is the meaning of process? Let's say your essay comes out journey and you want to visit Penang. From KL, you want to go to Penang. If question asks you to write about journey, you are writing about what happened after you left KL before you reach Penang, the middle part. So usually you talk about what kind of transportation you take. What do you do during the journey? Understand? So for Unit 7, you need to be prepared. You understand what are the differences between holiday, field trip, journey. Okay? So hopefully this gives you an idea of what to prepare for your writing paper. If you have no question, everybody, let's turn to page 3. Can you guys turn to page 3 of your notes? Right, before I explain, can you quickly write the notes down? Can you write down number 1, FARE, number 2, itinerary, 3, accommodation. Can you also write down the different types of accommodation? We have resort, villa, guest house, homestay. Come, I'll give you a few minutes to write this down first. Hi, morning. Yes. We just started. So we are now on page 3, okay? Students who have just joined us, this is page 3. Like I said, it's totally fine if you do not have your notes with you. You just make sure you download the correct file from the link that I've shared in chat box. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna continue. I want you to copy down first so that when I explain, you can pay full attention. So let's move on to number 4, budget. Budget conscious traveler. Write down. If you don't understand the meaning, please put the meaning down as well. But because of time constraint, only write down the meaning that you understand. If you understand Chinese, you write Chinese. If you understand English, you write English. Don't put down 2 ya because you don't have enough time. Okay? Okay, number 5, can you write down vibrant culture, rich heritage? Currency, expenses, destination, saving, setting aside some money. Can you write down the important idioms related to saving? Save for rainy days. A penny saved is a penny earned. Last one, journey. Students who have just joined us, this is page 4. And I will start my explanation soon. So if you have not copied down, perhaps you want to take a screenshot. Okay, everybody, do you need more time? Other than students who have just joined us, the rest, ready? Awesome. Okay. So first of all, guys, one of the things that you need to pay attention to if you're looking to improve your marks is to use stronger vocabulary, right? Stronger vocabulary for some teacher, they will use this word, high frequency words, okay? Sorry, not high frequency word. I want you to know what is the difference between high frequency notes and high frequency words and low frequency words. Which one helps you to gain more marks? The low frequency. High frequency means words that are usually used by a lot of students. So if this is something that is used by a lot of students, your essay is not special. To make your essay special, we need to use low frequency word. Low frequency words is what gives you the extra marks. Low frequency words is what makes your essay different from others. That is why from question 1 to question 10 here, I've given you example of high frequency word and low frequency word. Can you see or not? So which one is better? Definitely the upgrade. You want to pay attention to the upgrade. So if your essay question is related to money, related to holiday, related to traveling. These are some of the words that you want to use, right? Whenever we talk about price, okay, you can use the word fair, but be very careful. The word fair cannot be used for everything. When you go to the market, you buy apple. We cannot use fair. We only use the word fair when we are talking about money paid for public transportation. When you take the taxi, when you take the train, when you take the, what else? When you take the LRT, then we use the word fare. Okay, so remember that the word fare is usually related to public transportation. Okay, number 2, your travel plan. When you go on a holiday, you need to plan what to do on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, where to go, what to eat, where to visit. That is itinerary. So this is a stronger word. You want to use the word itinerary. But know that itinerary, a lot of students will spell wrongly because of the pronunciation, right? You don't spell itinerary. Don't forget the RA. Next, number 3, accommodation. This is a word that you will see not only in your essay writing, but also in your paper 1 reading comprehension. Make sure you know accommodation refers to place you stay. So when you're writing an essay, guys, it doesn't matter short writing, long essay, make sure you know the different types of accommodation. For example, we have resort, villa, guest house, and homestay. Okay, what is a resort? Resort is the most luxurious. It comes with facilities. Do you know what is a facility? Think about hotel. When you go to the hotel, there's swimming pool, there's cafe, there's sauna, there's gym. Those are what we call facility. So when you visit a resort, right, they will have facilities, and resort is more holiday style. It's very different from hotel. Okay, villa, guys, can you see I put money, money, money sign? Money, money, money sign. Money, money, money signs means expensive, very, very, very expensive. And usually when we talk about villa, it's very spacious. There's a lot of space. The room is super big. Sometimes villa comes with kitchen. Sometimes villa comes with your living room. It's like a small apartment. Okay, guest house, very cheap. See or not? One currency only. So guest house, or sometimes people call that a backpacker hostel. So if you are on a budget, if you don't have a lot of money, then you stay in a guest house. Okay, what about homestay? Homestay is local living. If you want to experience local culture, you visit a homestay. I'm sure you guys heard of Airbnb, correct? Airbnb is an example of homestay. So I also want to remind you guys, when you are writing essay, don't use the word Airbnb. Airbnb is the name of a company. You are supposed to use the word homestay, okay? So understand the difference. So what is the difference between guest house and homestay then? A guest house is just cheaper version of a hotel. So it comes with a block, right? But homestay is really you stay in somebody's home. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Guys, number 4. Your spending plan is your budget. So if we are not talking about holiday, right? We are talking about day-to-day living. If we are talking about Unit 6, Unit 6 is about money. So how do we save money? We need to have a plan first. Before you spend money, you need to know how much you have first. That is what we call a budget. So similarly, when you go on a holiday, you cannot simply spend money. After you spend all the money, you have no money to come home. So before you go on a holiday, you need to prepare a budget. This is especially important if you are budget conscious. Budget conscious means you are very careful of how much money you have. Okay, so budget conscious traveler usually will come up with a plan first. Remember all these words, yeah, guys? These are the words that help to push your marks further. Okay, next. Number 5, before I explain, guys, can you tell me in Malaysia, where are the places that has very rich cultures and heritage? What are the destinations in Malaysia if you want to experience local culture and local heritage? Do you guys know? What are the destinations? Malacca, everybody mentioned Malacca. Yeah, very good. This is my essay topic. Thank you. So the common one, guys, the common one we have, yeah, I'm writing these down here. You have Penang, you have Malacca. Good job. Okay, so these 2 are the top places. Of course, you can talk about Kuala Lumpur, certain places in Kuala Lumpur like Chinatown, the Chi Chong Gai, the Chichangjie, right? That one is also full of culture. So today, we are going to write about Malacca as well. All right, now, When you use the word culture, when you use the word heritage, I want you to know what are the differences. Culture is not equivalent to heritage. Okay? Culture is activity. Heritage is usually buildings. So what is the difference between culture and heritage is, remember, yeah, when we talk about culture, culture is activities. So let's talk about our Malaysian culture. Malaysian culture is when we wake up, when we want to makan, eat our breakfast. Some people eat nasi lemak for breakfast. Some people eat roti canai for breakfast. So eating roti canai, eating nasi lemak is one of the example of our culture. Culture is the activities that we still do even today. Okay? When we talk about heritage, heritage are things. Heritage are things passed down from our ancestor that we still have today. When you visit Malacca, A Famosa is an example of heritage. Gasing is an example of heritage. Understand? So when we talk about heritage, this is object. Okay. Now, when you write essay later, yeah, guys, I want you to remember to put in an adjective for culture and adjective for heritage. So a suitable adjective to describe culture is the word vibrant. Vibrant culture. Vibrant refers to lively, means there's still life inside. It's not dead. If you cannot remember the word vibrant in exam, feel free to change it to the word lively. All right? And the adjective to describe heritage is the word rich. Okay? Okay, moving on. Number 6, currency. The currency Malaysian use is Malaysian ringgit, right? The currency Singaporean uses is Singapore dollar. So currency is the denomination of the money that you use. All right? Okay, next one, expenses. How much money you spend. So when you go to Malacca, you buy a lot of satay celup, you buy chicken rice ball. So the money you spend on all the food, they are your expenses. Even the money you spend on paying parking, when you enter a tourist destination, you need to pay parking, correct or not? The money you pay is what you call expenses. Okay? We have destination, and number 9, whenever your essay is related to money, these two are the top idioms that you can use. Okay? Save for rainy days basically means don't spend all your money. You want to save some of your money for emergency. And next, a penny saved is a penny earned. So long as you don't spend your money, you are already earning. In another word, saving is important. Come, can we write down the meaning? My student, we have done this before, yeah? This is all revision for you. You should know this. So save for rainy days means save for emergency. Okay? A penny saved is a penny earned means saving is important. And last, journey. This is not a very common word, but whenever you go and visit a place, instead of using go, instead of using when, you can use journey. All right. So another question that a lot of students will ask is, teacher, must I really remember this word? Yes, if you really want to get higher marks in your essay, right? Another reason to motivate you to use this lower frequency word is, do you realize that if I zoom out, you realize that a lot of the lower frequency words, they are lesser in number. Means, you see, you look at the word how much it will cost. How much it will cost is actually 5 words, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower frequency words are usually just 1 word, 2 words. So another benefit of using lower frequency words is you get to save on your word count. This is especially important if your school teacher is those who tell you that don't write over the word count. So the next question that students like to ask me is, teacher, can I write over the word count? I have to say it depends on your school teacher. Unfortunately, I cannot say for every teacher because every teacher has different requirement. But generally, for your long essay, you can write between 120 to 200 words, not more than 200. If you write more than 200, your school teacher may start minusing your mark. All right? So remember, yeah, these are all the words that you have to know in order to prepare for Unit 6 and Unit 7. Okay? So everyone, now let's move on to page 5. Come. Page 5. Very quickly, I give you 3 minutes to write this down. The blue color wording are some of the way you can use to start your essay. So come 3 minutes, everybody. Can you start writing first? So apparently, usually for your first term exam, long essay, guided writing, they will ask you to write about holiday. Okay, so you can prepare for holiday. Okay, I'll write down at the side, yeah. Usually, I'm not saying for all school, but usually from the past, the pattern is paper 2, part 1. It will be about money, unit 6. Okay, paper 2, part 2 is usually unit 7, holiday. Two more minutes. I will not be covering short writing today because I don't think we have enough time. If I have, I will I will cover it. But if I don't have enough time to cover short writing, guys, you can refer to my Form 1 video. The link I've already posted in the chat box. Okay, you can click on the link to watch how to prepare for your short writing. Yeah, 1 more minute. Students who are still writing, hurry up. If you cannot keep up, guys, just take a screenshot because I want you guys to understand the concept. I want you guys to be well prepared for your upcoming exam. Okay? So anyway, for the next part, we are going to cover guided writing. Guided writing, which is paper 2, part 2, long essay. Right? So what are the kinds of essay that I can expect for my long essay? 3 types. Can you see or not? I've listed down here very clearly for you. For your long essay, they may ask you to write story, factual essay, descriptive essay. Okay? Story essay is what I am expecting for your upcoming exam because they are the most common. Story basically means that you have gone to this place. Now that you come back, I want you to share me your experience. So if question ever comes out story, make sure you use past tense. All right. What is the cross here? Cross here tells you do not start off with last weekend, last Sunday, last holiday, last school holiday, right? Last weekend, last school holiday, the word last. The moment teachers see the word last, they get very annoyed because this is what you have learned in primary school. If you have better way of starting, please go ahead. What is the meaning of better way of starting? Describing the weather, which is what I have taught in my Form 1 class. You know, you can start off with the azure blue sky was dotted with fluffy white clouds, you know? So that is one way of starting. But if you do not know how to describe the weather, the easiest upgrade is using one fateful. One fateful morning, one fateful afternoon, one fateful evening. Okay, then you start off your essay, my friends and I. It is not very much difference from the word last weekend, but at least there's a slight upgrade. Okay, so if you really do not know what is better way to start your story, please remember the word one faithful. What is the meaning of faithful? Faithful comes from the word fate. Do you know what is fate? Fate refers to your life. Some people believe that our life is fated. Our life is fated means our life is already fixed. The moment you are born, you will have this kind of life. Some people will have good life, some people will have bad life. That's what some people believe. So when I said fateful afternoon, I'm telling my reader that this afternoon something will happen that change my life. Okay? When we say change my life, it can be a good change, it can be a bad change. So let's say if my essay is asking me to write about an accident in the holiday, I can still start one fateful afternoon. Okay, if my essay is about me going on a holiday, I can still start with one fateful morning. Okay, because when you go on a holiday, when you learn something, it changes your life. So I repeat one more time. When your essay comes out story, you can start off with one fateful afternoon. My friends and I went to, and then you continue your story. Right? Those of you who are looking to write better introduction for story, remember the simplest upgrade you can go is to describe the weather. When you want to describe the weather, there's a rule to remember. Always start by describing the big thing first, then only the small thing. Okay? If you want to describe weather, always start with the big thing you see first, then only the small thing. What is big thing? What is small thing? So guys, when we talk about weather, we always look up, right? I'm not talking about up as in your house ceiling, yeah. I'm asking you to go out of your house, you look up the sky. The sky is the big thing you see. The sun is the small thing you see. I understand that when you study science, right, your science teacher will tell you, no, sun is the biggest. Yes, but when you are writing essay, we are just describing what we see. We don't care about science. So if you look up, the sky is the biggest, the sun is the small thing. The sky is the biggest, the cloud is the small thing. Understanding this concept, you can start writing your introduction. So how do I use weather to describe? Come guys, you can write down a short introduction where you can use for all essay. Okay? So you can say, the azure blue sky was dotted with fluffy white clouds, comma, signaling a good day ahead. Then only you start. My friends and I were walking back from school. Okay, now what happened if my story is not happy? If this is not happy, you only need to change a little bit. For example, instead of azure blue sky, then you can change to raven black sky. Okay, I'm gonna write it at the side, yeah, guys. If this is something bad, the azure blue sky you change to raven black sky was dotted with gray clouds, signaling a bad day ahead. Okay, so it depends on what you want. If you want simple update, then you use faithful. If you want better update of your writing, then you describe the weather. Okay, moving on. Done, everybody? Moving on, number two. Number two, factual essay. Some school, they will talk about benefits of saving. So if your essay is about benefits of saving, benefits of using e-wallet, benefits of technology, all you have to do is start off with the word important. It is important to save money. It is important to look for a part-time job. It is important to know how to use e-wallet. Understand? So whenever your essay is factual, the key word you have to remember is the word important. And please, please, please know that whenever your essay is facts, you need to use present tense. Okay? Okay, next one. Description, descriptive essay. Descriptive essay usually asks about your favorite thing to do, your favorite holiday destination, your favorite activities, your favorite hobbies. When your essay is about your favorite, start off with among. Among all the places, my favorite is. Among all the activities, my favorite is. Among all the food, my favorite is. Understand? So here I have given you all the 3 solutions for different essay. So it depends on which essay your school will come out. All right? So I see some new students just join in, yeah? You can take a screenshot. I cannot wait already. Just take a screenshot. Okay? Or you can watch the playback also. Okay, so everybody, let's move on to page 6. Right, over here, page 6, guys. I hope you know that this is how your essay is being marked. Okay, 20 marks divided into 4 sections: content, communicative, achievement, organization, language, each 5 marks. I'm not going to cover everything, but I want you to make an effort. Promise me that you will get full marks for content and organization. Okay, so I am highlighting content or organization because this is your goal. You need to get full marks for these 2 sections. Let's start off with content. Content is the easiest to get. Whatever the question is asking you to do, you answer and you give explanation. Understand? So if the question asks you, what is your favorite hobby? You answer, you explain. If the question asks you, where did you visit? You answer and then you explain. But most of the students don't understand what is explanation. That's why over here, I've put down different ways to explain your answer. You can explain by telling me why this is your favorite. Can you give me example? Can you tell me the effect? Or can you tell me the action? Okay, so let's say my essay question is talking about not getting scammed. Okay, you don't want to get scammed when you use e-wallet. Okay, then you answer lah. How to not get scammed? We need to be aware when using e-wallets. Then you give example. How to be aware. For example, sometimes when you see suspicious link, don't click on it. Okay, so guys, even though I've given you 4 methods to explain here, in the real exam, when you're writing your essay, you don't have to use all 4 methods. You only have to choose at least one. When you use all 4 methods, your essay will be over the word count. All right? So just focus on one. If you only give me example, give me detailed example. All right? Okay, everyone, let's continue with organization. Organization, the easiest way to boost your organization mark is paragraphing. You need to put your essay into paragraph. Let's talk about the basic. The most basic of all is every essay you do, you must have at least 3 paragraphs. You have your intro, content, conclusion. Understand? But if you are writing long essay, you need to have 5 paragraphs because you have introduction, content 1, content 2, content 3, conclusion. Okay, that one is the basic. Number 2, make sure you know your CD. Some school teacher uses the word CD. What is CD? CD is cohesive devices. In English, in Chinese is 连词. In BM is your Penanda Wacana. For example, words like firstly, besides that, moreover, therefore, hence, those are the basics cohesive devices that you have to know. But please know that it doesn't mean that you write cohesive device means you will get full marks. You have to use it correctly. You have to put your cohesive devices at the right place. Okay? So how do we do it to boost our marks, to secure our 20 marks in our essay? Come, I'm going to use this as an example. Everybody, very quickly, can you analyze the question? Can you see I put it at the side here? Analyze the question. When I ask you to analyze the question, look for who. Who are you writing as? Are you writing as yourself? Are you writing as teenagers in Malaysia? Are you writing as everybody in Malaysia? So read the question carefully. Number 2, what is your topic? Can you highlight? Number 3, what is your format? Okay, I'm going to take a pause, everybody. I want you to look at the bubble here, read the bubble, okay? And I want you to decide, how are you going to put them in paragraph? The first one, I've already showed you. Where is the location? I'll put under paragraph 1. Okay, hurry up. How are you going to structure your essay? Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. Which one is your content? Content is your isi. Content is your 内容. Okay? Your isi pertama is equals to your paragraph 2. Okay? I'm going to put it at the side, yeah? Your isi pertama is equivalent to paragraph 2. Isi kedua, paragraph 3. Isi ketiga, paragraph 4. Okay. Everybody, come. Let's look at your analysis. Did you analyze the question correctly? Based on the question given, my who is going to be MMI, me, myself, and I. I'm not talking about my friend. I'm not talking about other teenagers. I'm only talking about my own favorite. Okay? So this one is who. Favorite holiday destination, topic, format will be essay. Essay means don't have to worry. You only have to put it in paragraph. There's no extra format. If your essay it's about article, you need to start off with a title and your byline. Okay? What is byline? By Chao Ji-kim, by Li Yuexuan. So byline means you write down your full name, who actually writes this article. Okay? So guys, just like I told you, right? When your topic is about favorite, it's gonna be descriptive. So to start this essay, we will use the method of among. Among all the destination, among all the holiday destinations in Malaysia, Penang is my favorite. My favorite is Penang. Okay? And because my essay question is about favorite, I know that in this essay, we have to use present tense. Okay? Remember, yeah? The moment you see the word favorite, you need to remember, number 1, start your essay with among. Number 2, use present tense to answer your question. Okay. The basic information will go under introduction. What is basic information? Where is the location? Who it attracts? How to get there? So everything here we will park under first paragraph. Second paragraph, we talk about where to stay. Third paragraph, activities. Fourth paragraph, how it benefits. Okay, before we start our essay, guys, can you please get out your highlighter? Okay, what I normally do in class is, in order to show your teacher clearly where is your answer, you want to use keyword from the question. Sometimes when your teacher cannot spot your answer, you lose your content mark. When your teacher cannot spot your answer, you lose your content mark. You cannot get full marks. So I want you guys, after today's seminar, right, refer to your Form 1 last exam, look at your essay question. Did you get 5 marks, full marks for your content? If you didn't get 5 marks, full marks for your content, this is something you want to do. Before you start writing, go and look at all your bubbles again. Highlight. Paragraph 1, we are having the keyword location. Attracts. Get there. Tourists can stay. Activities there are. Benefits. Every word I've highlighted in the question must appear in your essay. I repeat one more time. This is very important, especially if you don't get full marks for your content. Every keyword I highlighted in the bubble must appear in your essay. Only when you use all these important keywords, your teacher will know, oh, you are answering to question 1, question 2, question 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Okay, can you use synonym? Can you upgrade this word? Yes, you can. For example, instead of using tourists can stay, you can change it to accommodation. We learned just now, correct or not? Instead of using get there, you can change the word get to the word arrive. You can use the synonym, but you must remember to use keywords. Okay? So, students who join in late, for this essay, we've talked about it. We will write about Malacca. Okay? So, guys, just now we talked about how Malacca is famous for culture and heritage. Correct or not? That's why. Who does it attract? It attracts tourists who love culture and heritage. All right? That is what we are going to write. Okay, can you also put down a very important vocabulary? Whenever we talk about a person's interest, right, we can use the word enthusiast. I often use this word in class. So my students, you should remember this word, yeah? Enthusiast is basically lover. Enthusiast is basically hobby lover. If you love culture, then you are a culture enthusiast. If you love food, food enthusiast. If you love animal enthusiast. Okay? Okay, everybody, can you tell me how to get to Malacca? What are the mode of transportation to get to Malacca? What are the modes of transportation to get to Malacca? Car, definitely. Bus, one more. Other than car, bus, there's one more. Yes, the correct answer is train. Thank you. You guys know your country well. Good job. Okay, so now we have already answered all the 3 questions, right? We are going to talk about Malacca. We talk about who will like to visit Malacca. We've talked about how to get there. We can start our essay. But before that, yes, you have all your answer. But how do you put them into paragraph? Okay, what I usually do, the technique I use for every paragraph, we will use TOE, topic, opinion, explain. I'm going to use this formula for every paragraph. Okay, if you do not know how to structure your essay, your paragraph, try to use this formula. So if you look at this formula, right, topic refers to question. These are all your topic. Everything here, these are all your topic. That's why just now I mentioned, before you start your essay, before you give me your answer, you have to use the keyword given in the question. Understand? So every paragraph you write, you will start off with keyword from the question. Opinion equals to your answer. What is your answer for all these questions? Then followed by explanation. So explanation, as I said, you can either tell me why, example, effect, and action. Okay, so let's try the first paragraph. Everybody, let's turn to page 7. Let's turn to page 7. So can you see, I will start off with topic, favorite holiday destination. I answer my question, where is the location? I answer who it attracts and how to get there. Okay, and whenever my essay is about favorite, I will start off with among. Okay, guys, very quickly, I want you to write this down onto page 7. I want you to write this down onto page 7. Even if you are just listening, you don't plan to write down, can you tell me the answer in the chat box? I want you to fill in the blank. Try. If you don't know, you just leave it blank. Okay? I want you to upgrade the word historical building, lively tradition. I gave you the keyword just now. Can you remember what are the vocabulary? Also, there is one question I want you to decide. Do you think for the last sentence, do I write and or? Come, everybody, I give you 4 minutes. You start writing. I'll go and grab my charger. Okay? So come, 4 minutes start now. Start writing. If you are not writing, it's fine, but can you please let me know what is your answer? What is the better words to replace historical buildings? What is the better word to replace lively tradition? Thank you. For the last sentence, do we write entrance or trains? Very good. All the answers in the chat box. Correct. Great. If the last sentence you make this mistake means you don't know how to do your error correction. So think carefully. What is the difference between and? What is the difference between or? Then you know your answer. Okay? So students who are still writing, hurry up. Okay, thank you, everybody. Students who have just joined, I've said that whenever your essay question is about favorite holiday destination, topic is favorite holiday destination, I'm going to use the word holiday destination and put it here. So, among all the holiday destinations, my favorite is Malacca. This historical state attracts both local and international tourists with its what? What is it from Malacca that attracts these people? Okay, so instead of using historical building, just now we mentioned buildings, we will talk about heritage, right? Adjective to describe the word heritage is rich heritage. So guys, whenever you see my arrow up means you upgrade the word. Okay? If you are looking to have more marks, higher marks in your essay, you want to use rich heritage. Okay. Instead of using lively tradition, you use the word vibrant culture. So if exam you really cannot remember, fine. At least write heritage and culture. The word heritage itself is already a low frequency word. Okay? The word heritage itself is already a low frequency word. So make sure you use that. Okay. And now comes to the last one. The last one, guys. Whether to use and or, first of all, when we say and, means these two things must come together. Okay? When I use the word or, it means that I will take one or I will take two. Okay? So, whether the last sentence we use and or, then you have to ask yourself, if I go to Malacca, Do I only choose car, bus, or train? Or do I have to take everything together to get to Malacca? So that is why the correct answer here is actually all trains, not and trains. Okay, in order to get to Malacca, you can take car slash bus slash train. You don't have to take everything together. So when you do error correction, this is the question you have to ask yourself. Do you need everything to exist together, or do you only pick one? If you only pick one, you use the word all. Now, we also mentioned that in order to get high marks, full marks for your content, you need to use keyword given in the question, right? Over here, we have talked about three questions. So for example, the first question, where is the location? So location here, I'm referring to my favorite. So this is my keyword from the question, right? Who it attracts. Do you see the word attracts here? Can you see or not? Right. In order to answer, how come it's not charging? In order to answer the last question, get there. Keyword is get there. So I answer using the word get there. Okay? Okay, so everybody, now let's move on to the second paragraph. The second paragraph, guys, where tourists can stay. So over here, look at my answer. My opinion is my answer. Question asks me where tourists can stay. So I want to answer, oh, you can stay in cheap place. You can stay in more expensive place, right? So guys, just now we mentioned, if you want to stay in a budgeted place, what is the budgeted place? What kind of budgeted accommodation do we call? Is it called? Do you remember? Is it a villa? Yeah, good job. Thank you, everybody. But please make sure guest house is one word, okay? Guest house is one word. So if you are budget conscious traveler, you can stay in guest house. If you want to experience the luxury, you can stay either in a villa or a resort. Okay, then I explain. Because my essay question is about my favorite, correct or not? So my last sentence, I have to talk about my favorite. What is your choice? So guys, what do you think? Usually for students, what is your choice? Wow, you can stay in villa if you come from a very rich background, right? But usually when we talk about student, yes, we are more budget conscious. Correct. Yes, that's why we usually stay in budgeted place. Okay, so guys, how do we answer this question? How do we answer this paragraph? Come, let's write this together. But before that, let me see whether my iPad is charging. No, it's not charging. Hold on. I don't know why. Let me try again. Sorry, sorry for the hiccup. Technical issue. Can I do this? Doesn't charge. But okay, never mind. I think it will last. Hopefully it lasts until the end of the seminar. So everybody come, let's start the question. So using keyword from the question, okay, tourists can stay in, okay, can we upgrade the word can stay in? If you do not know how to change, see or not, I'm using keyword from the question, can stay, right? But to learn better words, I want you guys to upgrade this with are spoil with. Write down first, I'll explain. A variety of accommodation in Malacca. For example, comma, Okay, I'm gonna leave this for you to write, yeah, guys. Just now I've given you better word to replace. Travelers who are very careful with spending money. Okay, you write down for me. What do we call travelers who are very, very careful with spending? Can stay in guest house. Okay. Question 2, I want you to decide. Do we use and or do we use while in this sentence? You don't have to answer straight away. Very good. Okay, you don't have to answer straight away. You can write first. Those seeking luxury can opt for boutique hotels or beach resorts. Full stop. Personally, I enjoy. Okay, the word enjoy is also very common in exam, yeah? So let's upgrade this word. Whenever you use the word enjoy, you can upgrade to seek pleasure. In guest houses, where I can not only save money, but also, okay, everyone, write until the word but also, okay? Then I want you to tell me what is your answer for number 2 and what is another benefit of staying in a guest house? Yes, guest house can definitely save money, but there is another benefit. What is the other benefit of staying in a guest house? Thank you, everybody. Keep your answer coming. I love your answer. Good job. Why is it that a lot of backpackers, traveler, they like to stay in a guest house? Do you guys know what is a backpacker traveler? Backpacker travelers are usually solo traveler. You know, sometimes when you go on a holiday, you see travelers who carry very big backpack. Yes, number one, they do not have a lot of money, they do not have a lot of budget. But what is another benefit? Okay, very good, very good. One more minute, students who are still writing. All good, yeah, everyone? Can you keep up? Am I going too slow? Am I going too fast? Do you want me to speed up? Okay, good job. Yes, like I said, if you follow through from the beginning until now, you would have already picked up a few things. For example, just now we mentioned whenever you start your essay, you must use keyword from the question. Question use can stay, I use can stay. But in this paragraph, I am teaching you to upgrade with the word are spoiled with. Guys, do you have a highlighter? Highlight this word so that one day before your exam, you can refer to your notes, pay attention to all these low frequency words to earn the highest mark. Okay, what is the meaning of are spoiled with? You have a lot of good options to choose from. Okay, when you go to the shopping mall, right, you want to buy clothes, but there are so many clothing stores. There's Uniqlo, there's Nike, there's H&M, there's Cotton On. So you are spoiled with a variety of choices. Okay, so Spoiled with means you have a lot of options to choose from. Okay, so I'm gonna write the meaning here, yeah. Have many options to choose from. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how you can also use this beautiful phrase in your short writing. So a lot of the times when you are writing for a short essay, right? Your short writing will say, oh, holiday is coming soon. Should I go for piano class, writing class, drawing class, blah, 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 blah. Then you can respond the short writing with, wow, you are spoiled with different choices. Okay, whenever you are given a lot of choices to choose from, remember to use the word spoiled with. Okay. The second vocabulary that I have also shared with you is budget conscious. Students who have just entered the class, remember, if you are very careful of your spending, then you are a budget conscious traveler. But I do want to highlight, it doesn't mean that you are poor. Even rich people, they can be budget conscious. Understand? Budget conscious means you are very smart with your money. You wouldn't spend money on places that is not worth it. So even if you have a lot of money, you don't want to waste, then you can also be budget conscious. So please highlight the word budget conscious traveler. The correct answer for number 2 is the word while. Okay, but guys, if you read it right, you realize that, hey teacher, the word and also can ma? True, I would say true, you can use the word and, but using the word while will gain you a higher mark because while clearly tells me that I am doing comparison. When you are sharing different things, use the word while. When you want to talk about differences, use the word while. So on one hand, I'm talking about people who are very careful of money. On the other hand, I'm talking about people who don't care about money. They just want to enjoy. They just want to relax, right? So when there's this comparison, use the word wow. Okay, seeking luxury. The word luxury means expensive, high quality, comfortable things. So if you want to stay in 5-star hotel, 5-star hotel is luxury. Okay, what is the meaning of opt for? Okay, my student, this is revision. I've used this phrase in your last essay. The word opt for is a better replacement for choose from. OPT, op. The word op comes from the word option. Option is kata nama, op is kata kerja. Okay, next, what about boutique hotels? Guys, this is also a low frequency words to describe hotel. The difference between a hotel and a boutique hotel is usually boutique hotel, they are small, they are stylish. Okay, they are small and they are stylish. And another quality is they do not have a lot of chains. A lot of chains means, think about Sheraton, think about all those expensive Hilton hotel. You can see Sheraton, you can see Hilton hotel in different places, right? Those are hotel, chain hotel. But when we talk about boutique hotel, they usually are unique, very special, and they only appear in one place. You won't see them in repeated places, okay? Okay, next, we also want to look at the last one, guys. I seek pleasure in guest houses where I can not only save money, but also, unfortunately, nobody have given me the other benefit of guest house. So just now we mentioned, why do backpackers who travel alone, they like to stay in guest house? Because guest house, when I describe guest house, I can use the word comfort. But that is not the selling point. The real reason we stay in guest house is because, okay, I accept nearer to cultural, but the real reason is because they can meet new people. Because you are alone, backpacker, they're traveling alone. Then when you stay in guest house, right, they will be able to meet other people who are like them. They will be able to meet other people who are alone. Okay, so the selling point of guest house is where you can meet new people and then you can talk about your culture, you can exchange culture. That is why. Come, everyone, let's put this down. But also interact. with other travelers. Okay, do you guys have a different colored highlighters? Can you pick it up? If not, just grab a red pen. I want you to bracket. Okay, so my aim, my goal today is to help you increase your content mark and also your communicative achievement. No. Organization. So when we talk about organization, connectors. How do you connect paragraph with paragraph, sentence with sentence? In this paragraph, the first connectors you see, for example. When you give example, for example, okay? When you talk about your personal choice, personally, I. Now, instead of using the word example, you can also change the word example to for instance, for illustration. How to spell illustration? I'm going to put it in the chat box, yeah? Simply because the word illustration still okay. I think for Form 2, you just use the word instance is enough. Okay, but if you want to know more, you want to know other choices, feel free to use illustration as well. Okay, so everybody, content number 1, your paragraph number 2, done. Let's move on to the third paragraph. So when you look at the third paragraph, we are going to talk about activities. So guys, can you tell me, what are the activities in Malacca? Now, I'm giving you guys a few options here. Can you look at the picture? Do you know what are the famous activities to do in Malacca? What are these places? A famosa. Okay, the word A famosa. A famosa is the first picture, but guys, please know that when you write A famosa, the word A famosa should come with the word fortress, 城堡. Yes, they are attraction, they are cultural heritage site. But what are the name? What is the name of these places? Yes, very good. You also have Jonker Street. What do people do when they go to Jonker Street? What is the famous thing in Jonker Street? What is the famous thing to do in Jonker Street? Exactly, makan. You eat. So, student from my class, I've given you guys the word, right? When you go for food hunting, gourmet food hunting. Yes, hawker store, correct. So when you talk about food, please remember gourmet food hunting, all right? If you cannot remember the word gourmet, it's okay. Just use the word food hunting, okay? Don't just use the word eat, even though I understand what you mean. Okay, anybody know what is this? Yeah, thank you, Yunru. Correct. I was waiting for this. Yeah, this is, okay, the pronunciation is a bit weird because this is actually a word from the Dutch. So how do we pronounce this word? The correct way to pronounce is actually stack hash, as in hash potato, okay, as in hash brown. So the correct pronunciation for this word is stack hash because stack hash is a Dutch word. All right. Now, student from my class, I've also talked about this before, right? When you go on a holiday, I want to be the special one, okay? When I want to be the special one, I want to do activities that nobody has ever done. I want to do activities that very little people do. So that's why we will use the word off the beaten track. Okay, so for everybody here, even if you're not my student, how do you make your essay special? To do things that normal people don't do. Okay, so yes, a lot of people go to Malacca, they go for culture, they go for heritage, they go for makan-makan. You can write that, but talk about yourself. When you talk about yourself, you talk about special activity you do. So whenever we talk about special activity, we use the word off the beaten track. But guys, what are the special activities that I can do in Malacca? If I don't want to just visit A Famosa, I don't want to just visit Stack Hash or even Jonker Street, where else can I go? Where else can I go? No other places? Come on. What are the special tourist attractions? I mean, not tourist attractions, special places. Like if you really want to, yes, we talk about this, right? You can visit hidden cafes. Correct. What are hidden cafes? Cafes that is very, very hidden inside. It's not all in the tourist spot. Kopitiam, no problem. You can visit the kopitiam, right? In my class, we have also talked about temples, quiet temples. Why do we use the word quiet? Because this is off the beaten track. We don't have a lot of tourists. That's why the temples is quiet. Quiet temples. We can visit the vibrant morning market. Okay? So remember, yeah, guys, the thing about your essay is you need to make it special. Because for Form 2, the question is so common that a lot of students, they tend to memorize essay, they tend to memorize point. If everybody produce the same type of essay, it doesn't give me reason to give you high marks. So you need to think of ways to make it high mark. So please promise me, if your essay is about holiday, remember to go off the beaten track, to go and do things that not normal tourists do. All right? So everybody, same thing. The first thing is talk about your topic using keywords given in the question. Come, let's start writing this. There are many activities to enjoy in Malacca. To start, tourists can visit historical destination like, can you write down the two historical tourist destination we mentioned? Don't give too many examples because we have limited word count. You cannot write so many words. Especially students from Catholic high school, please memorize all the vocabulary I've given in this essay. Okay, remember, memorize them. Okay, besides, comma, it is also a, I don't like the word good. Can you guys change the word good, please? To explore Jonker Street night market and sample delicious local delicacies such as, anybody who have visited Malacca before, I need your help. What are some popular local delicacies we can try in Malacca? Yum yum. Chendol. Yeah. It will be such a great idea to have it right now, right? The weather is killing us. Portuguese egg tart. To be honest, I don't know. Really? Malacca is famous for Portuguese egg tart. Okay, yes, you can write down Portuguese egg tart. Okay? So we have chendol, Portuguese egg tart, satay celup, grilled fish. Oh my goodness, I'm hungry already. Yeah, my favorite grilled fish. Correct. Okay, right two, yeah. Chicken rice ball. Correct. And don't forget, because this essay is about your favorite. So always bring the essay back to you. So continue for me. Okay, for me, we do special thing. I love exploring it's off the beaten track lanes and discovering hidden cafes. Okay, your answer. I'm going to put a few of your answer, yeah. Satay Chalup. To be honest, I've never tasted it. I'm not really sure if I like it. Chendol. Grilled fish, you can also put Portuguese egg tart, you can write. Okay, one's done. Highlight vocabulary. Low frequency vocabulary. Low frequency vocabulary number 1, sample, delicious local delicacy. Number 2, off the beaten track lanes. Okay, highlight your connectors to start, like, besides, such as, for me. Okay, number 1, everybody, I asked you to upgrade the word good, correct? So instead of using good, other words that you can write include wonderful, terrific, fantastic, a lot other options. But for me, I usually ask students to remember WTF. Words to replace the word good, wonderful, terrific, fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna write it in the chat box, yeah? Yep, no problem. Spectacular, it's a good replacement. Yep, spectacular you can. But if you struggle to remember your WTF. This is the basic that you have to know. Okay? Wonderful idea, terrific idea, fantastic idea. Now, sample. What is sample? The word sample here is kata kerja. Sample means you try. Okay, it's not the sample that they give out for free. Sample here is kata kerja, to try. So you should explore Jonker Street Night Market to try their local delicacy. Local delicacy refers to the special food in that area. If you're in Malacca, right, like all the food that you guys have mentioned, you should give it a try. If you're in Penang, local delicacies are, for example, char kway teow. Anything that is special in that area. Okay, can you guys double check? When you write down the name of the food, did you put it in capital letter? Satay Chalup, capital letter S, capital letter C. Okay, why? Because this is words from Malay. Any words that is not in English, you must always put it in capital letter. Okay, when you are giving example, if you start the sentence, you use for example. When you write example in the middle, you can use connectors like the word like and also the word such as. Bringing it back to yourself, for me, what do you enjoy? So after writing 2 contents, do you guys see the similarities? Whenever you are answering questions about your favorite, you always describe the place. Last sentence ends with your opinion. Okay? Now, what happened if in your real exam, they didn't ask about your favorite? They talk about how you visited a local destination. They want you to talk about this local destination. So content 1, you can tell me where you stay. Content 2, what are the activities you do, right? Same thing, even if you are talking about your past experience, the last sentence is how you feel or what is the benefit. So for example, after visiting all these places, what is the benefit? Okay, so that is the last thing that we want to discuss. So everyone, we don't have enough time to complete a full paragraph. I'm gonna write it in point form, but I need your ideas, guys. After visiting such a cultural heritage place, what is the benefit that we can gain? What is the benefit that we can gain after visiting these places? Relax, correct? You get to relax. I need one more other than relaxation. There must always be something you learn. Open new perspective. Can you give me more detail? What is open new perspective? Your point is not clear enough. Need to be more detailed. So open new perspective means you learn about, very good. Yes, you learn about Malaysian history. You learn about our heritage. Okay, so guys, using the same technique, yeah, we will start off with our topic. Okay, so topic, you always look at the question. You talk about benefits. Okay, so I can talk about how visiting Malacca is always beneficial. Then you give your opinion on why beneficial? Because you get to unlock new perspective. Again, low frequency words that we have learned in normal class. Okay, when you unlock new perspective, you get to see things in a new way, see things in a different way. Okay, so explain, what do you mean unlock new perspective? Number one, Malaysian history. Number two, you learn to protect local heritage. Somebody also mentioned about relaxation, right? So last sentence, you talk about yourself. So for you, when you relax, right, it allows me to escape from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Okay, so vocabulary here, we have unlock new perspective, escape from the hustle and bustle. So student unlock, escape from the hustle and bustle basically means that you leave, you go away from the noisy and busy life that you normally have. So when you go on holiday, you always escape the hustle and bustle. Yes, even though the city is very busy, very noisy, but at least you have a different way of experiencing, right? You are as a tourist now when you go on holiday. Okay, so I know I didn't manage to finish the whole essay, but don't worry, I will put the full essay onto TTC's Google Drive. You can refer to TTC's Google Drive. Okay, so if you have no question, I guess that's the end of our lesson today. I just want to wish everybody good luck in your exam. Okay, thank you. I hope you learned something. Bye.